Okay, so let's scroll down to question number 4. So question number 4 is asking us, a number is expressed as a product of its prime factor as 2 to the power of 3 times 3 squared times 5. What is the number? Okay, so as per topic number 3, we know that 2 to the power of 3 means 2 times 2 times 2, and we know that 3 squared is equal to 3 times 3, and obviously we got 5. Okay, so let's work this out. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8, and put the multiply sign there. 3 squared is 9, and times that by 5. Okay, so now let's multiply this out. So we can do 8 times 9 times 5, but since I'm going to do this on top of my head, so I'm going to do 8 times 5 first, which is equals to 40 times it by 9, and the final answer will be 360. Or if you wanted to, you could have done 72 times 5, 0, carry the 1, 5 times 7 is 35, carry the 1, it's 360. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, but I just thought it would be easier to do 8 times 5, as I could do that off the top of my head and just work out the answer quicker. Okay, so let's go to question number 5. So question number 5 is asking us, find the lowest common multiple of the number below. So what does that mean? So the lowest common multiple is the lowest quantity that is a multiple of 2 or more given quantities. So we're given the number 4 and 6, and we asked to find the lowest quantity that is a multiple of those two numbers. So I'm going to write down 4 and 6, and I want to find the multiples of those two numbers. So the multiples of 4 is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and I want to do the same thing for 6. So find the multiples of 6, so which is 6, 12, 18, 24. So what is the lowest quantity that is a multiple of those two quantities? So the lowest number that I can find that is in common on both sides is number 12. So the LCM is equals to 12. Okay, so this is my method number 1. And there's also another method you could use to find the LCM. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down 4 and 6 side by side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of a number that can go into both 4 and 6. So the number I'm thinking of is 2. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 divided by 4 divided by 2, which is 2, and then 6 divided by 2, which is 3. Then I'm going to circle these 3 numbers, and then I'm going to multiply those 3 numbers. So 2 times 2 times 3, so that's 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so that's the other way you could find the LCM. So you find the LCM by basically multiplying all those 3 values. Okay, that's the final answer. Okay, so question number 6 is asking us, find the lowest common multiple of the numbers below. So I got 36 and 54. So I could choose to use method number 1, or I could use method number 2. But because 36 and 54 are quite large numbers, I'm not really keen on using method number 1, simply because it's quite difficult to work out the multiples of 36 and 54. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use method number 2. So I'm going to write down 36 and 54 side by side. Then I'm going to draw my straight line, and then I'm going to think of 2 numbers that can go into both those 2 times table. So which number goes into 36 and 54? The number I'm thinking of is 9. Then I'm going to do 36 divided by 9, which is 4. Then I'm going to do 54 divided by 9, which is 6. can you break down 4 and 6 down further? So is there a number that goes into both 4 and 6? Yep, number 2. So what's 4 divided by 2? It's 2. And what's 6 divided by 2, which is 3? So then I'm going to have a look at the number 2 and 3. Is there a number that goes into both 2 and 3? Nope. So in that case, there is not any further work to be done. So I'm going to circle those numbers and I'm going to multiply them together. So I'm going to do 9 times 2 times 2 times 3. Okay, so 9 times 2 is 18 times 6, so 18 times 6, which is, so let me do the calculation here, 18 times 2, 8, 4, 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10, 108, so the lowest common multiple is 108.